We're joined now by Jayant Menon, a visiting senior fellow at the ISEAS Yusof Ishak Institute. He joins us now from Manila. Thank you so much for your time. So ASEAN nations, as we heard there, like many countries around the world, heavily dependent on the United States to buy its products, and the looming import tariffs likely to be causing a lot of anxiety. Can you talk to us a little about the ASEAN members most impacted by these tariffs?
Right. Yes, I think the first point to make is that all the ASEAN members are highly open, trade-dependent economies. That's the first point. The second is that the worst hit, as far as the tariffs are concerned, are the most vulnerable, the poorest of the ASEAN members: Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam. And this is by design, of course, because the formula used exacerbates vulnerability to the U.S. market. So, these are the countries that are most vulnerable, but everyone's affected because of supply chains.
Right.
They are all linked in. Interdependence is very high.
So how are ASEAN countries then looking to mitigate Trump's import tariffs?
Well, they are all trying to negotiate bilaterally at the moment with the U.S., making very generous offers to reduce all kinds of tariff and non-tariff barriers to try and appease the U.S. The U.S. is a very important market for all these countries. And so, while they try and slowly diversify, this is going to be a painful adjustment period. So in the interim, I think they have to try and cut a deal that sees these tariffs come down from these ridiculously high levels.
We heard our correspondent talking about China becoming a much more important market. I mean, do you see that being an impact? Are they likely to become closer to China, even though they have, of course, security concerns with China?
Well, I think, if you look at the experience of ASEAN, what stands out is how, despite the security concerns and geopolitical issues, it has never really affected economic relations. I think there's an understanding that there's mutual benefit in economic ties. And of course, ASEAN's manufacturing supply chains are China-centered. So there's no way in which you can work around China, nor do they want to. But this recent episode with the U.S. becoming quite protectionist and aggressive will see these countries drawn more closely to China, as well as looking for other partners in the immediate region and beyond. So things are changing, and we are slowly moving towards a world where the U.S. is less and less important to everyone.
And is that a good thing for ASEAN countries?
No, it'd be better if you could go back to where we were before Trump started his tariff war, but this is where we are. There's not much we can do about it. We have to work with what we have. But I think, what we are seeing now is how Europe, other parts of the Middle East are all coming together to see how they can actually diversify away from the U.S. and strengthen relationship with new trading blocs and partners. And that's not a bad thing. Reducing country-specific risks because of over-reliance on one particular country, whether it's called the U.S. or something else, is always a good thing as far as diversification of risks is concerned. But with the U.S. administration that's so unpredictable, I think it's particularly relevant to move as much as possible away from heavy dependence on the U.S. market.
OK, Jayant, very good to have you on the programme. Jayant Menon, visiting senior fellow at ISEAS Yusof Ishak Institute.